Tonight, new details on the search and rescue of a 3-year-old girl in Sawyer County.
And voting underway. Primaries are happening around the region today. We have a live report from the polls.
Plus, 2 prominent figures in Wisconsin politics have been tapped to speak at next week's Democratic National Convention.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. New details tonight about what family and authorities are calling a miracle on Old Highway 71 in Winter, Wisconsin.
That's where a 3-year-old missing for 24 hours in the woods later showed up unharmed. Abby Ladwig was first reported missing Sunday night. Authorities say she walked away from her front yard when her father went inside for a few minutes. Hundreds of volunteers, law enforcement agencies, helicopters, and canines spent the next day searching for her, only for her to show up right across the street from where she went missing. We heard from Abby's aunt today, who says they're very grateful for a happy ending. She spoke with Abby about her experience.
She's happy. She's very tired, very sore. She said she followed the dog. She was in the woods, and she did sleep in the woods. She slept with the dog, and I think that dog was trying to find its way, and I think she got, pretty far in the woods, and they just couldn't find their way, but that dog definitely protected her and stayed with her.
Her aunt added that Abby said she could hear the search for her, but didn't know it was okay to come out. CBS 3's Leanne Valdez also heard from those who took part in the search and the unlikely person who found Abby. We'll share those details tonight at 10.
Despite bystanders' attempts to save 36-year-old Michael Simone, who was found unconscious in a burning Duluth apartment building overnight, we're learning he later died at the hospital. Crews responded to the apartment complex on 3rd Street and North 7th Avenue East just after 2:30 this morning. The fire broke out on the first floor in the unit where the victim was staying as a guest. A spokesperson for the fire department says they believe the unit's door was cracked, which is how residents who were trying to evacuate themselves saw him lying there. Those residents pulled him out of the building and tried to save him. Emergency responders took over when they arrived, but the victim later died at the hospital.
Obviously a very caring group of individuals that wanted to make sure that they could help if they could, and it sounded like they did the very best that they could with the circumstances.
The spokesperson says the fire alarms were working in the building. The Red Cross is helping the people who were displaced due to the $75,000 in damage. The cause is under investigation.
Some residents at a Duluth assisted living facility have been evacuated after someone reported smelling chlorine gas. Fire crews responded to St. Anne's on East 3rd Street just before 4 o'clock. Right now, fire crews believe the chlorine smell is coming from a mild chemical reaction due to someone pouring cleaning liquid down a mop drain. But they're still investigating the exact cause. The 12 people who were evacuated will stay out of their apartments until they get the all clear.
At the moment, we're just assigning them, we have like guest apartments, so we'll just assign the residents a different place to sleep tonight if necessary, unless the fire department tells us otherwise.
So far, no injuries or adverse effects have been reported. For the latest information, head to our website, cbs3duluth.com.
All right, Dave's here to give us our first look at the weather tonight. Dave, overall, pretty nice day around the region.
Yeah, temperatures were on the warmer than normal side, sometimes more than others, of course. So let's eye up the top temps that came across the region today. Normal's around 76. So International Falls at 78, Hibbing 79, 86 on Park Point, though, 84 for Proctor, 85 towards Superior. And lower 80s for much of northern Wisconsin, and 80 to 82 in the upper peninsula. Warm front's coming our way. That's why temperatures went up here today. And that warm front is, of course, leading the next rain chance we're going to get, which could be with us as early as tomorrow night. But until then, higher pressure will bring in sunnier conditions similar to today's, at least through a good portion of tomorrow. Tomorrow's forecast says the day should start mostly sunny, but the clouds will fill in as that low pressure system and its warm front get closer. We go from mostly sunny to partly cloudy to partly sunny. High temp 80 degrees, still on the warmer side indeed. Once we get into the weekend, though, the back half of the low pressure system coming our way follows with a cold front. That'll knock temps down. I'll talk about for how long coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Today's primary election is unlike any other in Minnesota's history. Due to the pandemic, many people voted absentee. through the mail, while others showed up to socially distance polling places. CBS 3's John Cardinelli is at City Hall and spoke with the Duluth City Clerk about today's turnout. John, what did she have to say?
Tony, Duluth City Clerk Chelsea Helmer tells us that this year saw a slow but steady increase in early voting, and this year there was actually a record broken for the most absentee ballots accepted in Duluth. Helmer tells us as of 2 p.m. they've counted almost 8,000 absentee ballots. The previous record was a little more than 4,000 in absentee ballots. That was during a general election. The increase could be because many do not want to show up to polling places during the pandemic. Helmer says in-person voting has been slow but steady as expected. Overall, compared to years past, Helmer says this primary seems to have good turnout.
We're actually seeing a pretty high turnout when compared to state primaries. So we try to compare election to election. You know, it's similar in races and items on the ballot. And so we are seeing a generally high turnout, even taking into consideration early voting and then, of course, in-person voting today.
As far as when we can see results, Helmer says we should expect it to take up to 2 days to get the results for this election. The canvassing board needs to approve the final count. And if you have not voted tonight at your precinct, it's not too late. All of those precinct locations close tonight at 8 p.m.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, it might be 2 days before we see the results for some of those closer races, but we'll update any results we get here on the CBS 3 News at 10, as well as online and on our mobile app. Thanks, John. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar will be defending her Minnesota House seat today. She represents the state's 5th district. Voters in her Minneapolis area congressional district will be asked to choose between the confrontational progressivism she brings to the job or the well-funded challenger in the Democratic primary. That would be Anton Melton Moe, who is a black mediator. The outcome may not be known tonight if the results are close. Presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden has made his vice presidential pick. It's California Senator Kamala Harris. Harris is only the 3rd woman and the 1st black woman to be on a major party's presidential ticket. Biden had promised to pick a female running mate and has said his #1 criteria would be that from day one his VP had to be ready to become president. The California senator has known Biden for years after striking up a friendship with his late son, Beau. Biden and Harris will appear together tomorrow at an event in Wilmington, Delaware.
The Republican National Committee responded to Biden's pick, saying he didn't just select a vice presidential candidate. He chose the person who would actually be in charge the next 4 years if he somehow was able to win. Also saying Harris's radical policies might be popular among liberals, but they are well outside the mainstream for most Americans. Governor Tony Evers and U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin are among the Wisconsin office holders who will speak during next week's Democratic National Convention. The 4-day event in Milwaukee will formally nominate Joe Biden as the Democratic candidate for president. The nearly all virtual convention has been scaled back due to the coronavirus and will start on Monday night. Other notable speakers include Barack and Michelle Obama, Senator Amy Klobuchar, and Jill Biden.
Minnesota will see millions in federal funding for 2 bus transit projects. The U.S. Department of Transportation made that announcement today. The funding includes $7 million to help improve transit to rural areas. Of that, more than $4 million is designated for new buses, which will replace aging vehicles, improve service reliability, and feature new technology that improves safety for passengers. No word on exactly where that money is headed, but U.S. Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao told us today that it's about keeping rural communities connected.
Rural America is no longer being discriminated against. Rural America is no longer being forgotten. In fact, we have invested a great deal in rural America to the tune of about 62% of all discretionary grants.
In the past year, the department has also designated millions of dollars towards improving bridges, airports, and other transit infrastructure across the Northland. You can find more information for the bus project on our website.
After 2 years of negotiations, the Diocese of St. Cloud officially filed for bankruptcy yesterday. This comes after the diocese reached a more than $22 million settlement in 2018 with survivors of clergy abuse. 70 people came forward with complaints against 42 priests dating back to the 1950s. An independent trustee will manage the settlement.
Many events have been canceled all around the Northland due to COVID-19. Coming up, find out which local event has gotten axed.
Today's normal high is 75. We beat it by 10 degrees. Tomorrow tomorrow maybe by 5 degrees, and once we get through the weekend, we'll start undercutting normal by similar numbers. We'll talk about temperature trends and storm chances coming up after our break.
Live, local, CBS3 News at 6 with Kristen Baki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS3. Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
Incredible savings during the big anniversary sale going on now at Slumberland. Deals galore throughout the store, from modern sofas and chairs to gorgeous beds and lots more. Top it off with totally free shipping. The big anniversary sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me? They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. So celebrate this Labor Day knowing you look your best with Plexiderm. Lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video that the viewers can watch while you and I talk. And you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. And I did this to my father. We were at home, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It feels great. Looks even better.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. Plexiderm, seriously, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or just when you want to like get rid of the bags? And
Yeah, it absolutely could be a daily thing. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
And this Labor Day is the best time to try Plexiderm for $14.95. See it work for yourself after your first application. Just visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Incredible savings on Sealy mattresses during our big anniversary sale now at Slumberland. Get a Sealy Queen mattress as low as $99 or a luxurious Sealy Posturepedic for $9.99. Plus free shipping. The big anniversary sale at Slumberland.
So you don't know how to play Big Brother? Holy cannoli. Well, we've assembled a team of all-stars to teach you.
Let's go, baby!
Make secret alliances with your new friends.
It's savage.
Don't be afraid of romance. I'm like, yeah! Win competitions.
My mind is like, oh!
Blindside so-called friends who have secretly betrayed you.
Ain't nobody afraid of you. Ain't nobody afraid of you.
All on a 24/7 live feed to the world.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
New Big Brother All-Stars, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays on CBS.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live, local, CBS3. CBS3 Weather is brought to you by St. Luke's. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Here's a live picture of what's going on over towards Ashland. Looks like a gorgeous day on the bay. Sky's not too bad. A little bit choppy here on the water, but no huge seas. Should be all right for sailing here tonight. Semi-smooth. Tomorrow may start to change things up, though. The high pressure that brought benevolent weather today starts to slip away tomorrow, and clouds will increase, and storm chances will increase as well. Could begin tomorrow night and then last all the way till Saturday morning. I'll show you the latest estimates on precip here in just a bit, but first we'll show you the current temperatures around the region. The current conditions at the airport in Duluth seem to be having a little bit of a problem with the sensors up there, not getting any data, so hopefully that gets fixed up quickly. But we're still getting working thermometers coming in from a lot of places where we see it's 80 in Watersmeet and Ironwood and Ashland, 81 Hayward and Superior as well. 77 for Moose Lake, 75 in Silver Bay, 77 for the folks in Ely, and then upper 70s along the Mesabi Range and border countries at 78 as well. High temperatures like we saw a little bit earlier made it towards 85 earlier today Maybe not quite that warm again tomorrow, but still warmer than the normal of 75. It'll be Sunday when temperatures take a tumble as the cold front portion of our low pressure system comes to call. But right now we still have the higher pressure cell calling, and so most of us have a clear sky, but a sign of things to change are increasing clouds in western Minnesota and a couple of scattered showers as the warm front portion of the low pressure system tries to get towards our region. But I do think the high will hold on to us here tonight, keep us dry, and then through tomorrow morning as well. In the afternoon, though, clouds increase as the warm front gets closer, and then by Wednesday night into Thursday, perhaps lasting through Friday and Saturday morning, we get 30 to 50% chances for showers and thunderstorms. And how much rain could we get? Well, the first round here coming in through perhaps Thursday looks to be more centered in western Minnesota, where maybe 1.5 inches could come towards Bemidji, and lesser amounts as you get closer to the lake. And for Thursday, Wisconsin and Michigan may not get anything, but that could change up as we get in through Saturday and the system finally departs. Could go towards 1 inch or so, 1.25 inches in Wisconsin. And totals staying very similar to what they were initially in Minnesota. So bottom line is, as the system takes a couple of days to work through our region, it'll start in Minnesota, then go towards Wisconsin and the Upper Peninsula, and exit our picture and go visit somebody else. Visiting us now, the forecast for the next 7 days. Partly cloudy in Minnesota tonight. Inland lows in the 50s, lakeside lows, low 60s. For Wisconsin and Michigan, clear to partly cloudy with low temps running 58 to 60. Tomorrow's high temps in Wisconsin and Michigan should go 80 to 83, so almost as warm as today. Clouds on the increase as the high goes and the low comes. And it'll, of course, approach Minnesotans first, so their clouds could increase a little more rapidly. Highs inland, 80 to 85, could actually be warmer there than it was today, 70s by the lake. And those increasing clouds Wednesday lead to the 40% chance for precip on Thursday. Friday, 50% chance for showers and thunderstorms with increased humidity. Some of those could be severe. We'll have to keep an eye on them. Saturday, it wraps up, and by Sunday, the cold front of the low hits us. Drops the high temp down to 74, but brings back the sun.
Yesterday you mentioned that today's the last day of the dog days of summer, and looks like the forecast is responding, cooling down more and more as we go.
Yeah, imagine that. Sometimes the rules actually hold true.
Rarely, but sometimes.
You know, they twist a little bit, but it's close.
Okay, thanks, Dave. DPD is warning people to be on the guard against an asphalt scam. The department received reports of a man going door to door selling asphalt at a reduced price. He claims to be from out of town, has extra product, and is offering a good deal. If you've been taken advantage of or lost money to the scam, you can call 911.
After originally postponing their 4th of July fireworks, the city of Duluth has officially canceled their Labor Day fireworks display. According to Mayor Emily Larson, city leaders had hoped our COVID-19 circumstances would improve by September. However, with Minnesota's new Stay Safe plan, Larson says the event can't work with the 250-person limit for outdoor events. Last year, 10,000 people came out to Bayfront to celebrate the summer tradition.
With school leaders finalizing their fall return plans, the Fond du Lac Ojibwe School in Cloquet will begin the year the same way they ended last year. In a statement today on Facebook, Superintendent Jennifer Murray says 100% distance learning will remain in effect until further notice. After consulting with health officials and tribal leaders, Murray is dialing back plans in order to protect the community. Even though children will remain away from the building, the school says they still plan on delivering meals to students.
In sports, a major blow to college football and other fall sports. Kelly Hinseth has the latest after the break.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, turn to CBS3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. The TED event is happening now, where you're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Keep scrolling. Order food. Skim headlines. Order shoes. Use AutoSend for flowers. Use AutoSend for birthdays. Don't go outside. Don't go outside. Don't leave the phone behind. No sync. Don't blink. Don't think. Don't ever let yourself feel this alive. Breathe. Ride.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, use Range Regional Airport.
The online calculator helps me plan my trip.
I fly from Hibbing because it saves me time.
I love the easy check-in and fast baggage claims.
I like the free parking and car rentals.
Include Range Regional Airport next time you travel.
It's so easy, even a grown-up can do it.
Dove Home Health Professionals provide comprehensive in-home health care by offering nursing, physical, and occupational therapy in the privacy of your own home. Dove Home Health Professionals are dedicated to maximizing your independence. Call today or go to thedovesuperior.com.
On the south shore of the greatest of the Great Lakes, Mother Nature's artistry is on full display in the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore. The best way to see it is on board Apostle Islands Cruises, located in the quaint city of Bayfield, Wisconsin. Visit our website at apostleisland.com. Apostle Islands Cruises, the best way to visit the Apostle Islands.
Here is a peek at the West Duluth Super One Liquor location, a new and improved store right in your neighborhood. Super One Liquor has you covered for all of your party and gathering needs. We have a commitment to deliver outstanding service, variety, and top quality wine and spirits. And don't forget the best variety of ice-cold beer and beverages. Super One Liquor, come for the service, leave with the savings.
If 2020 teaches us anything, it's that public schools and educators stand for an important truth, that we're more alike than different, that we're stronger together, and that no matter what we look like or where we come from, our dreams deserve a chance. Believe in We Minnesota, electing lawmakers who will protect, not cut, this essential resource.
Meteorologist Dave Anderson with this 2:40 in the morning update on the weather, and it's been a bit rough in Wisconsin.
Down, it gets super dark. Oh, that crazy light.
Have a severe thunderstorm warning.
For the coverage you need, tune to live, local CBS3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on live, local CBS3.
As we've especially seen in the past week, the coronavirus pandemic is causing cancellations across all sports. College football is the latest feeling the impact. The Big Ten officially announced all fall sports will be postponed until possibly the spring. That includes football, soccer, volleyball, cross country. And in his statement, Conference Commissioner Kevin Warren cited potential medical risks as the main reason for the decision to postpone. Warren says the Big Ten consulted with infectious disease experts on how to best keep student athletes safe. And he acknowledged the move is disappointing for athletes, staff, and fans, but pledged to get teams back to competition as soon as it's safe.
We just believe collectively there's too much uncertainty at this point in time in our country, and to encourage our student athletes to participate in fall sports. And I take this responsibility seriously, and I will continually do everything in my power to make sure that we put our student athletes in a position to be empowered and to be elevated. But it's people first, and understand they're not professionals.
UMD has yet to cancel their fall athletic season. Instead, they are taking a break for now. UMD Athletics announced the pausing of athletic activities for the time being. UMD previously held 5 successful weeks of workouts, conditioning, and skill development sessions for fall sports such as football, volleyball, soccer, and cross country. At this time, their prep has been put on hold. Josh Burlow, UMD's athletic director, was on the Bruce Siskey show on KDAL this morning. Burlow credits the work put in by the student athletes of staying COVID-19 free, but with the latest delays in the fall and cancellations to Division II championships, he says this is the right time to make this decision.
With some new guidance from the NCAA and updates on some safety protocols, we felt like it was just a good time to take a little bit of a break and make sure that we're fully compliant and best practices around the health and safety of our student athletes, and to give them a bit of a mental health break because it's looking like fall competition is not looking good with NSIC decisions expected this week and what you've seen around the country.
And we did reach out to student athletes of all sports affected by this decision this coming fall, but we haven't heard back by any of them. By news time, the NSIC is set to meet later this week to make a decision on fall sports and if they will be played or not. In some more collegiate positive news, a pair of local standout athletes from the Twin Ports are up for a big award. St. Scholastica's Lexi Tomachek and UW Superior's Ava Reinerston are conference-level finalists for the NCAA's Woman of the Year Award. They were initially nominated in a field of 605 athletes, which was narrowed down to 161 today. Reinerston is the representative from the UMAC, while Tomachek is listed as independent because the Saints play hockey in the NCHA. She's also the only hockey player left in the field. Only 63 of the remaining 161 nominees are from Division III. The top 30 honorees for Woman of the Year will be announced in September. To the big leagues tonight. It's round 2 of the Border Battle series between Milwaukee and the Minnesota Twins. It's expected to be a bullpen game for the Twins with Tyler Clippard on the mound. First, Josh Lindblom will go for Milwaukee. Last night, the Twins took game 1 thanks in part to that beauty of a grand slam from Eddie Rosario early in the first. First pitch is tonight at 7:10 p.m. We will have highlights coming up tonight in the CBS3 News at 10. Also, more from Josh Burlow on the state of UMD fall athletics. For now, that's going to do it for sports. Kristen and Tony, I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Kelly. Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, molding the future workforce. In tonight's Ion Mining, we're exploring a unique engineering program on the Iron Range that's attracting students from all around to northern Minnesota in hopes they'll fall in love with the region. We'll have much more on that tonight at 10. Well, do you remember Blockbuster?
Well, of course. Everyone knew it was going to be a great Friday night if you go to Blockbuster and pick out a VHS. But there's only one store left in the region, or I'm sorry, not the region, Oregon. However, I don't think you'll be returning videotapes anytime soon. The independently owned store has teamed up with Airbnb for a super cool experience. For 3 nights only, people can book it for an overnight sleepover like none other, transporting you back to the 1990s. It's been temporarily converted into a makeshift living room with a pull-out couch, a 90s-era chunky big screen TV, and VCR, and 90s decor. You'll have all the store's videos at your disposal, and you can also get free pizza, soda, popcorn, and candy. Where do I sign up?
Yeah, agreed. That'd be fun. Well, Dave, pretty nice day out there today.
And tomorrow should be all right. At least it'll start that way. Then the day will change as clouds increase. Tomorrow's high temp, it's going to be around 80 degrees. And those increasing clouds lead us to a 40% chance for showers and storms on Thursday. Better chance on Friday. Slight chance could be some severe weather Friday. We'll, of course, track the system and make sure it happens or not. Then Saturday it wraps up. Then it does start to cool down. The cold front portion of the low will knock us back into the lower 70s. So I won't say it's the last gasp of summer yet, but we need to start prepping for it.
All right, we'll see you at 10.